Hey there, it's Chick About Town, and the other day I roasted up some veggies and put a video up of them done, which was delicious, and I got some comments. So I thought, hey, let me just show you how easy this is to do, and they do very well in the fridge. I'm on this kick of eating more veggies and being healthier, so I like to use just a regular baking sheet, preheat the oven at 400. I start out with a base of olive oil. I use a spray, my favorite brand, Trader Joe's. Love Trader Joe's. And I start out with, so a lot of times when we're thinking about cooking up some veggies, it's the chopping, right? Oh my gosh. Who wants to chop all that stuff? It's just so much stuff. So I found some shredded green and red cabbage. I love cabbage, and I'm going to use that as my base. And then, of course, I like the shredded carrots as well. So part of what we think about when we got to roast the veggies is we have to just cut everything up. So the easiest thing to do is go, to your favorite store. Like I mentioned, I am not getting paid for this, by the way, from Trader Joe's. But if you want to throw me some Brussels sprouts, Trader Joe's, that's one of my favorite veggies. So I start out with my base here, and I just put, I just set it out on the pan, super easy. I like to use 2 sheets of heavy aluminum foil. I love carrots. These get really nice and soft when they are cooked. I put this down as my base. And again, I did do some chopping, but I'm taking advantage of some of the things that have already been chopped. So the next thing I'm going to add is some, also one of my favorites. So I got one sweet potato, chopped it up. One of the things with these is they take a little bit longer to cook, so you want to make sure that your cooking size is small enough that are gonna cook at the same time as your other veggies. And we'll talk about spices here in a minute. Pretty much all of them I got at Trader Joe's. Again, I'm not getting paid to do this, but I just really enjoy everything that there's spices there and there's veggies there. And I found a ribeye steak over there that looks beautiful. I purchased this to see what it's gonna, how good of a quality it is. And of course, I'm using paper plates because, I didn't want to, load up the dishwasher with all these bowls that I was using. My next veggie that I'm adding is tomatoes, and it's just 2 Roma tomatoes cut up. These bake so nicely. And it's just me that's going to be eating these veggies. This is my second pan, and the other one lasted for a few days. So my hands are okay. Probably if I was cooking for a group of people, I would definitely use gloves, but it's just me. So my next thing is going to do, man, do I love mushrooms. Crimini mushrooms already sliced, so they're pre-sliced. Once again, got them at Trader Joe's. And I'll put a lot of these on here because I really, really do enjoy the mushrooms, and these bake up super nice once you start. And I'm kind of laying these out, but you're gonna want to get your hands in here, and it's just me, so I'm just using my hands. If I was cooking for people, I would go get a pair of vinyl gloves and be good about my hands not being all over here. But anyway, just lay them out. We're gonna talk about spices in a minute. I've got a lot of things chopped up over here on this side. I love veggies, and one of my favorite veggies is snap peas. And these cooked up so nicely the other day. Now, I do like to slice these up, but you don't have to if you don't want to, if you don't mind cutting it up yourselves. But again, I enjoy this veggie. The other thing that I love is parsnips. Come on over, parsnips. Once again, like any root vegetable, you're going to want to chop these up small because they do take a little bit longer to cook. And, this, like I said before, this actually lasted me for, a few days. And I even had a side of this with some eggs for breakfast. So one of the things that I'm a carnivore. I like meat. I just bought a ribeye, but I love meat. I love fish, salmon. Salmon's one of my faves. Again, my favorite salmon to buy is over at Trader Joe's. Once again, this is not an endorsement for them, but I just I like shopping there. The service is great, and I really enjoy a lot of their food. Even their own brand which is this olive spray, is their own brand. And my favorite organic olive oil is also a Trader Joe's brand. So I'm going to leave my little red and peppers. I found these. Okay, this is not, you can guys get these at any store, but I got these at Trader Joe's, and then I just cut them up. And I had already done a pepper the other day, like a big pepper, a yellow pepper. It was so good. But then I saw these and I thought, oh, I just have to add these, into my mix. So now the next thing that I'm going to add is, I'm leaving my Brussels sprouts for last because they really are my favorite. But since I added the parsnips, I chopped up some potato. And again, kind of starchy, but you may not want to do it. But this, I like using this because, again, this is going to last me for a few days. And lately, since the pandemic, I started cooking a lot of things, man. I would make my own hamburgers at home and my own spaghetti sauce. I was like Chef Cheek about town. But then there are times when I actually enjoy leftovers. I enjoy leftovers, and so, this will last me for a few days. I wouldn't freeze this. And again, like I said, it's just me eating this. So I've already washed my hands. One of the things that I like about these Brussels sprouts that I got at Trader Joe's, holy smokes, this is not a paid endorsement from them. I don't want to get in trouble on social media. I've just enjoy the fact that they're already seasoned and they're already cut up and they're a little big. I would normally probably chop these in half, but I'm going to try them this time. I actually bought they have a shredded Brussels sprouts bag that you can buy, which I used as a base the last time, which was like amazing. There goes my oven saying we're at 400, Vicky. I mean, Cheek About Town. Well, I'm Vicky, but I also, my stage name is Cheek About Town. My blogging name is Cheek About Town. But I bought two thinking I'm going to fill up the pan. But one of these is enough for just this big pan. And these will will cook really, really nicely in the oven. So, veggies, when we think about veggies, I always think about wanting to load them up. I want to load them up with like a bunch of butter and stuff. But in this instance, what I'm loading them up with, you never want to skimp when you are doing your veggies. You don't want to skimp on the oil, right? The olive oil is what's going to get them to roast really nicely and make for a great, great dish. So that looks so lovely, but I'm about to just start getting my fingers in here. I'm going to start talking about, I'm going to rinse my hands because I have all of that stuff from that. But I'm going to talk about the spices that I'm going to be using in just a minute. And of course, like I said, it's just me, so I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I add a little bit of salt, sea salt. I like the pink sea salt, so I'm just going to add a little bit. You really don't need too much. The flavor that you get from all of these veggies when they start cooking and simmering is amazing. But a must for me in when I'm cooking is these three ingredients I absolutely love. Onion salt. It's really, really good. And again, it's a Trader Joe's. And you don't need a lot because once we add the oil in, all of these spices are going to flow through the pan. What you're going to do is you're going to set your oven, like I said, preheat it to 400, and then you're going to cook this for 20 minutes. Now, it might take a little bit longer because we've got some potatoes in here and parsnips and these little Brussels sprouts are a little bit longer. So I checked it last time at like 15 minutes and it had to go in for another 10 minutes. So then you'll want to just keep that in mind. And this is another awesome spice that I found. It's a seasoning blend. It's mushroom, and it's called Umami. The company's Mushroom and Company, but it's multi-purpose umami seasoning blend. Once again, no endorsement for the Trader Joe's. Just I found this and I love it. I put it on all kinds of my meat, and then one of my favorites can't go wrong with a little smoked paprika. And honestly, I did use the onion salt sparingly, but these veggies roast up so nicely. You are not going to need anything. You're not going to want to put anything on these amazing veggies, and then they just start like simmering with the oil. Then the last thing that I'm going to add, which I also came across during the pandemic is ancho chili pepper. Just, oh my God, it smells so good. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of that on top, and then the main ingredient to really make this taste good is you want to be very generous with the olive oil. Should have opened this before, but I didn't. I actually used, I barely had enough olive oil the last time to actually even make, okay, necesito un hombre. My Spanish speakers, y'all know what that means. I did it, yay! I am woman. Okay, here we go. So, generous with your olive oil. That's going to be the trick to getting these veggies nice and cooked, and also get that nice caramelization on there. Can you see? This is a lot of veggies for me. I may have to invite somebody over. Y'all DM me if you want, if you're in Austin. But this is, you do want to be generous with it. And then you can actually lightly toss it, but I find that just doing that, the oil is going to go through the veggies. And like I said, I do check it about, 15 till, and if I need to kind of move it around, I'll get a spoon and move it around. But this is how you make, y'all probably already know this, but I had to I had to do my own experimentation, check my veggies and do all that. And I did it, and it's been great because I'm trying to eat a lot more vegetables, less meat, even though I know I said I bought that ribeye. But it was such a great price, and the meat just looks beautiful. However, I also picked up a package of salmon. So while I'm only going to eat this today for dinner, I'm going to have plenty that I can have for breakfast tomorrow, for lunch and dinner, and just trying to eat healthier. So here it is, my pan of veggies, guys. People were asking me about it. Follow me on Instagram at Chica About Town, just like it is, 2 A's, 2 T's, and see what else I might be whipping up in the kitchen. But also just check out my my little dog Roxy. She's a big part of my life. I cook for her every single day. Maybe I'll show you how to do that soon. Y'all have a good night. Ciao.